was 9 years old, my mother left. She said she was going to the grocery store, but she never came back. My dad waited on the porch that entire night, staring at the road like it might bring her back. I remember the way the light above the door buzzed, flickering, and how the wind carried the sound of insects and the occasional car. But none of them ever brought her home. That night was the start of something I didn't understand until much later. Grief. Not just for someone who died, but for someone who chose to vanish. I grew up in a small town in Indiana, where nothing much ever changed. You knew your neighbors, and if you messed up, your parents heard about it before you got home. My dad was a mechanic. He had thick hands, always stained with oil, and a quiet way of showing love. He didn't say much, but every morning he made me scrambled eggs before school. And that was enough. I was not a particularly bright kid, but I was determined. I got decent grades and tried not to cause trouble. But deep down, I always carried this ache, this question. Why did she leave? Did she love me at all? It wasn't until I turned 17 that I found out a bit more. I overheard my aunt and my dad talking apparently. My mom had fallen in love with someone else. Someone she met at a job she took secretly in the next town over. They said she wrote a letter but never sent it. Maybe she got scared. Maybe she thought we'd be better off. That didn't make it easier, but it gave the pain a shape. I left home as soon as I could. I got a scholarship to a community college in Illinois and started studying nursing. I like helping people. It made me feel like I could fix something, anything, even if I couldn't fix what happened to me. In college, I met Claire. She was everything I wasn't: confident, loud, funny in this sarcastic way. I fell for her hard. It was scary at first, but she saw right through me. She once said, "You don't talk about your mom much, do you?" I just shook my head. She didn't press me, but she held my hand, and somehow that was enough. We were together for 5 years. I thought I'd marry her, but life had other plans. Her mom got sick and she moved back to Oregon to help. We tried long distance, but the silence grew longer between us. She met someone else, and I let her go. By then, I was 27, working in a hospitaler. It was chaos: everyday car accidents, overdoses, people holding onto life by threads. It wore me down, but it also reminded me how fragile everything is. You go to sleep thinking tomorrow will be the same, and then it isn't. Then came the call. A woman in Arizona had passed away. Her name was Marie Johnston, my mother's maiden name. I died of heart failure in a motel room. No next of kin, but she had a bag with a photo in it, me and my dad, from when I was 6. Someone traced it to us. At first, I didn't want to go. What was the point? But a part of me needed closure, so I took a week off and flew to Arizona. Her motel room was small, dim, and smelled of old cigarettes. Her things were packed neatly: some clothes, a few books, and a journal. I read it in pieces through tears and anger. She wrote about leaving us, about how she thought she was doing the right thing. She regretted it every day. She said she followed my life from afar, somehow managed to find out I went into nursing. She had planned to call me when I turned 18, but she couldn't face it. The shame was too heavy. I sat in that room for a long time. Then I took the journal and left. Back home, I didn't know how to tell my dad. But when I did, he just nodded. I always hoped she'd write, he said. Guess she did. He didn't cry, I did. I'm 35 now, married to someone kind. We have a daughter. Her name is Lily, and she's got my mother's eyes, strangely enough. Some nights I look at Lily and wonder what stories she'll grow up with, what secrets I'll try to protect her from, what mistakes I'll make. But I do know this: I won't ever walk